Hey everybody, so another thing I noticed from the recent test was a struggle with piecewise functions. This appeared on the review and it appeared on the test. So I kind of want to go back over this. I'm going to show you a couple different ways to do this, and you'll notice these are actually two problems that are on your bonus worksheet. So what does this mean? Okay, this means that we're going to graph three separate equations. And sometimes I like to kind of go across the top and like make it like this. I don't know. Sometimes that helps people. So I'm going to make this one pink. So this equation is f of x equals -4. Okay. And then this green equation is f of x equals x minus 2. And then this blue equation is f of x equals -2x plus 4. Okay, and where does this happen? Well, this happens when x is less than or equal to -2. This happens between -2 and +2, and this one is everything above or equal to 2. So it's splitting up this chart, this graph, coordinate plane, whatever you want to call it. So it's splitting it at -2 here, and then it's splitting it at 2 here. So in this area on the left, this should be the pink graph. This one should be the green one, and this one should be the blue one. I feel like I'm saying this little piggy went to market. I don't know why. Every time I do that, it makes me think it. So what does that mean here? So we want to do some different x and y points. So here, if we put in x, and then we're going to get a y out of these. Let me just kind of continue this chart. We'll see if this makes sense to y'all. Okay, so I want to do the point -2, okay? And that's going to have a solid dot here because it's less than or equal to -2. So I want to do the point -2 and want to do -1 and, or sorry, -3. Let me go the correct direction. That would be helpful. And -4. So I want to try those 3 points for the pink graph. So if I plug -2 into the function f of x equals -4, well, there's no x there. So guess what? The answer is just -4. It's -4 across the board because the x doesn't matter. It's a horizontal line. So I'm going to go to -2 and I'm going to graph -4, -4, -4 for each of those. And since I'm going left, I'm only going to graph this pink line from -2 left. So now let's take a look at this one here. I want to include the -2 and I want to include the +2, and I'll toss a 0 in the middle here. At the -2, I'm going to have an open dot, but it still has to be at -2. And I know some people want to like move it. They want to make it at -1. But the problem is this is over the set of real numbers. So there's an infinite amount of numbers between -1 and -2. And none of us know where it stops. We just know it can't equal -2, but it could be -1.99999. And how do you put that on a graph? You don't. So you put an open dot just to show it can't be -2, but it can be everything up and close to that. So this one as well is going to be an open dot. So what happens when I put -2 into this function? Well, -2 minus 2 gives us -4. 0 minus 2 gives us -2, and 2 minus 2 gives us 0. Let me just put some lines in there so you can see those better. So let me, with the green pen, go ahead and graph those. So -2, -4, it ends up right here. That's okay that it goes over top. And you don't have to have colored pencils for this. Like, I'm going to know if you just have a dot here and the graph's going off, I'm going to know you know what you're doing because you didn't leave an opening or, you know, they connected. So that's okay. We want them to connect. That means they're continuous. We didn't, you know, fall off the roller coaster at any point in time. So then 0, -2 is a solid point because that's in the middle of the graph here. And then 2, 0 it looks like, so open dot there. So I can connect everything in between there, and these overlap. So this does end up being, if you have one color, it's going to end up being closed there. But I will just keep the pink in the middle there so you know that it was open at some point in time, just so you can see it. All right, so let's take a look here. We still need to do 2, but this time when I plug 2 in, it's going to be a solid dot, right? Because this is greater than or equal to. So I'll do 2, 3, and 4. How's that sound? And we're going to plug it into the blue equation. So Negative 2 times 2 gives us negative 4 plus 4 gives us 0. Negative 2 times 3 gives us negative 6 plus 4 gives us negative 6 plus 4 is negative 2. Can't do my math right now. Negative 2 times 4 gives us negative 8 plus 4 gives us negative 4. Okay, we got it. All right, so now this is happening again. That if we go to 2, 0, we're going to close this dot in here. That's okay. 3, negative 2 is going to be down here, and 4, negative 4 is going to be down here. And we just continue that like this. So this is an example of a continuous graph. Sometimes, you know, you're going to draw this and it's going to be an open dot. Maybe this is going to be an open dot, and then the graph's going to go like this. Or, you know, maybe it starts up here and goes like this. This is a, you know, discontinuous graph. It has jumps in it. Whereas this one is continuous, even though we have like 3 different equations, when we put them all together on the graph, it ends up being continuous. So this is one method of doing it. The other method, honestly, I'm just going to come over here and show you. So if we know f of x is negative 4, all right, so, you know, we know that it's this line like this, but they're saying, hey, we just want it for x is less than negative 2, then I kind of erase, and my eraser, I can't erase because then the whole line will go away. But then I go there and I put my dot, like I make it like that. The other thing you could do for the green one is you're just like, okay, x minus 2, well, I can graph that as negative 2 and up 1 over 1 and down 1 over 1. So I can keep doing that until I hit 2 and then know that that's an open dot, until I hit negative 2 and know that's an open dot. So I could kind of just know that it cuts off there. For this one, I could go up to 4. So watch this one. This one's an interesting one. I could go up to 4 and I could go down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1. Ah, there it connects because it's at 2. Down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, and then continue it this way, and then just come back up here and erase that when I'm done. Some people like that way better. That's if you're really good with graphing and if you know where to start and stop it. If you're at all uncomfortable, take it piece by piece. No pun intended with piecewise function. Take it piece by piece and just slow down and figure it out from there. Maybe after you do this method a couple times, you'll get more comfortable doing another method. But piecewise functions we're going to talk about a lot in terms of continuity, what will make a piecewise function continuous, what allows us to have the same slope on a piecewise function. So, pardon my yawn. All those things are coming, so please take a minute to do this extra credit piece and practice this. All right, thanks so much. Have a great day.